Speaking of the greatest Santa Clarita has to offer, a very special guest in studio. It's that time again. Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto joins us in studio. Dr. Jaimie, how are you?
Woo! How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I am. Are you getting warm in here? I know I have the heater up really high.
It's nice and toasty.
Nice and toasty. I know. Yeah. I get cold. So let's talk about. It's February.
I know.
What? It seems like we were just talking about the holidays. Like
we were. I know. The time's going way too fast.
So now, I'm not going to lie. I love Valentine's Day. I don't think it's I don't think it's a commercial holiday. I like to believe in my own little bubble that it's just a sweet, love everyone holiday. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. And I love having a Valentine. Having said that, what do you think about maybe adopting a dog or cat to be your Valentine if you don't have like a Valentine? What do you think about that?
I think that's a very good idea. Yeah. I mean, welcoming a dog or cat that is in need of a home at any point is a great thing. So why not do it on Valentine's Day?
Have a special Valentine. Obviously, and I say obviously, but maybe it's not obvious. We support adoption over breeders and pet stores. Tell me the difference among those options as far as, and I know some people want a certain breed, certain, and there are reasons why that you want a certain. Maybe you're going to raise them, maybe you're going to breed them yourself. So tell me the difference among those three things: adoption, breeders, pet stores.
Well, first I'll say there's not really. It's kind of a good thing. There's not really a lot of pet stores out there anymore. There's none that I know of. They're close by, at least, that sell dogs and cats, which is nice because a lot of those dogs would have come from not so great places, like puppy mills and things like that.
Are they just deplorable conditions? What have we experienced in the past with kind of those what they call puppy mills?
Yeah. So usually puppy mills are outside of the state of California. They'll come from some other state, and a lot of times when there's been like an investigation, let's say, into puppy mills, the dogs actually can be in cages or just in really small spaces, and they're literally just meant to pop out as many puppies as they can in their little life, and they don't really have much else going on. So it's not a good quality of life for them. They're not typically really well cared for. So
I did see a documentary once, a long time ago. I think honestly in the 70s, maybe 80s, that they were breeding, siblings.
Yeah,
at these puppy mills.
Yeah, I mean that can happen too, for sure, which is obviously not ideal. So thankfully, I mean we don't have a lot of pet stores around here anymore that sell dogs and cats. So we're left with breeders and adoption. Breeders definitely have their place, and if you're a conscientious breeder and you really know what you're doing, like I have nothing against that at all. People that go into it with not enough information, then it can be risky, as financially it's not cheap, to breed your animal, and I just really urge people to do their research before just saying, I want them to have puppies, because a lot goes into it. So if you're looking for a very specific breed, then go to a very, a breeder that's been doing it for a long time, that really knows their stuff, and can show you the parents, show you where they're raised, all of that kind of thing. If you don't have a specific breed in mind, then going through adoption, either from a shelter or a rescue, is a really great alternative. It doesn't mean the dogs are broken. They just have not had great luck yet in life, and sometimes there's puppies there, so
the journeys are completely every dog or cat has a different, like people have.
Exactly.
They have a different journey, and we don't know what's behind. I mean, I know some elderly people who move on to assisted living can't take the pets with them,
right? So
that it can happen that they've had a very loving home for several years, but they can't move forward. You can have some puppies or some dogs and cats who have been mistreated. It's all over the place.
Situations are all different. So, don't go into it thinking there's something going to be wrong, because most of the time they're beautiful, loving pets, and they need homes just like anybody else. So if you and you can get a lot of purebred dogs at the shelters too. Like, we see all kinds. So go in with an open heart and an open mind, and see what they got, because you can bring home your new best friend on Valentine's Day.
Wouldn't that be? Aww.
Yeah.
Is there anything special we can give them on Valentine's Day to, obviously we can't give them flowers and chocolate like, heart-shaped box of chocolate, right?
Right.
Is there anything that you can think of off the top of your head? I know I'm throwing you this weird question, but, is there a red-colored rawhide or something?
I don't know of any products specifically, but I would just say if they have a favorite treat, like, why not just, spoil them a little bit, give them their favorite treat, whatever that might be.
Couple extra.
Yeah.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Why not? We do.
Right.
We open our red.
Spoil ourselves and
red box
our
of chocolate.
significant others, and
exactly.
Yeah.
There are so many. There's so many shelters. Do you, in particular, deal with a certain shelter or all the shelters in town?
I mean, all the shelters in town, certainly, and the rescues that are local. I see quite a bit come in. So I don't have one particular that I would say over the others. I think the experience that I've heard from others and that I've had myself, like, all of them locally, have been really great. And they do a lot to network their animals and help them find the right homes.
And sometimes they have specials where they do all. I've heard all kinds of things, like the adoption fees will be waived, or the free first set of shots, or like I've heard there are all different kinds of programs. So if you need a little bit of cash, or you want to you're thinking of getting a pet, check out these specials and all kinds of fairs. I know we have something coming up in the KHTS Home and Garden Show, and all kinds of stuff going on. Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto. That being said, if you do end up getting a new love for Valentine's Day, in the version of a dog or cat.
Yeah.
Because if it's just a human love, we can't help you. Dr. Jaimie can't help you. But if it's a dog or cat, check out Cinema Vet on Cinema Drive. Best phone number?
661-253-9300.
Fantastic. Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto, great to have you here.
Thank you.
As always.